Happy Friday. Well, it's not just Friday, but happy every day. Why not, right? But listen, I am so excited to be on live again this week. I know it's my second time already, but you know what? I've been having a lot of technical difficulties, but I want to make sure that I don't, skip days and things like that. So I want to make sure I still bring you guys content. So anyway, I just want to tell you that I am very grateful for each and every single one of you. I'm so grateful for your support. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos every week, commenting. I am absolutely grateful for you, and I do not take your time for granted. And I just wanted to say that, it is such an honor and privilege to be able to pour into you. So do me a favor, as you're logging in, make sure to say hello and let me know which country you are watching from. I would love to hear from you. But listen, today, the special topic is, and you saw that number one, right, in the thumbnail. Only one thing: how do you change people? Okay, and I think this is something I struggled with so much, especially when I was younger, because I always wanted to change my family, okay? Especially like the immediate family, like my mom, my dad, my sisters. I wanted them to be like me, in different aspects of their lives. And growing up, I just learned that you can't really change people, especially if they don't want to change. But to me, it is important that we do our part and we go the extra miles to empower them so that they want to change, they want to grow, they want to be better. And I firmly believe, you guys, as human beings, we all want to improve, right? We want to be all that God's destined for us to be. Nobody wants to go backwards. Nobody wants to continue to just sit there in their mess. But most of the time, people are stuck, right? People are like having a negative thought process. They follow this negative patterns in terms of the way they think, the way they feel, the words that they have been speaking over themselves for who knows how many years, or even words that we speak over them. I'll give you an example. So growing up, okay, this is kind of silly, but I look at it now and I'm like, darn, I feel so bad. So, growing up in America, me and my three sisters, we have a tendency to tease my parents, my mom and my stepdad, about the fact that they don't speak English well, or, things like that, right? And we would always say that they don't speak English well, okay? And lo and behold, I think a lot of it kind of stopped them from wanting to grow more, wanting to do better with their English, right? So I take full responsibilities because I kept speaking negative things about them and over them, right? Even though we were just kind of teasing around and kind of being serious as well too, but it did not help. So do you guys know that one thing that we need to do for other people if we want to change them is we need to learn, okay, to look for the good in them first. Because people always hear what's not good with them. They always hear what is wrong with them, right? And we hear that too. It's like the inner voice, right? The inner critic. We're always thinking about and reviewing what is not right with us, what we didn't do well that day, what we fail on, right? All the time. And so everybody hears that voice. So here is, if they're hearing that voice, right? And then they're hearing other voices, right? External voices, whether it's from us or family members or whoever else, that keeps them stuck. Like they can never rise above that, right? See, as a human being, we never rise above the level of what we say. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say, with my daughter, right? Like I want her to grow. I want her to change, but I never see the good things in her. Even if I do see the good things, a lot of times, especially in the Asian culture, we tend to kind of ignore that, right? Like if I were to ask, let's say one of my sisters, hey, can you do me a favor and take the trash out? Okay, you need to take the trash out. We tend to nag people a lot. Okay, you need to do this and you need to do that. And, we remind them over and over and over and over again. And then one fine day, they do take the trash out. And we saw it. But what do we do? Did we go over there, or did we text them? Did we tell them, hey, thank you so much for taking the trash out? Right? Thank you for remembering to do that. That really helps me. I really appreciate it because it just shows that you are taking responsibility, right? But no, a lot of times we don't do that. If they are doing the right thing, then we turn a blind eye and we're like, oh, I don't see that. I don't see it when you're doing something right. I only see it when you're doing something wrong. And the problem is we make a big deal out of it when we see people doing the wrong things. And so that cycle repeats itself. They keep doing wrong things again and again and again. And then it starts with not carrying out the trash. And then they don't clean their room. And they don't help around the house. They don't wash the dishes, and on and on and on. And what do we get? Frustration, major frustration, right? We're thinking, why doesn't this person get it? Okay, but if we were to just zoom in on the fact that, okay, he took the trash out. That is awesome. So let me tell you what I did, and just seeing a huge change. Okay, and people that I have mentored, people that I would just come across at church, and whatnot. Okay, and I don't take this like, I don't share this with a bad attitude or a conceited attitude. I'm just saying this is how human beings are, right? Like, did you guys know the 3 things that human beings need every day in order for us to grow and bloom and blossom in our thoughts and actions and words and attitudes, right? Is acceptance, affirmation, and approval. Every human being needs these 3. So when they are being fed these 3 every day, right? Whether it's from a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, whoever, they just need someone to believe in them. And when that happens, that person goes out of their way, guys, to want to change, to want to grow, to want to overcome, to become. Okay? So learn how to look for that one positive thing that person is doing and make a big deal out of it. Tell them thank you often. Hey, thank you for doing that. That's really nice of you. Okay, I remember I was mentoring this one guy at a Nepalese church, and it was just so amazing to see his transformation, to the point where his parents would ask me, like, what did you do to my son? But every single week as he was in my class, I would notice like he would stand up and he would do his best, to talk in front of people, to share his, his opinion or whatever, even though he did feel a little bit uncomfortable, even though he was nervous, but he stood up anyway, guys. So I picked that out, right? I zoomed in on that. So after class, I said, hey, wow, you did an awesome job. I'm so proud of you. Like, you took the time to stand up in front of everybody, even though you were nervous. You were willing to share it anyway. That is incredible. That means you are growing in your confidence. You are growing in, just when you were standing there, and even though you were nervous, you grew. Right? So he was so happy. He would smile really big. Okay. And I was happy because I was telling him something positive, right? I could have zoomed in on the fact that, oh, maybe he didn't speak as long. Why didn't he say this? Or he forgot to say that, or whatever. Or why did he say this? Right? But I didn't do that. I zoomed in on the fact that he took the initiative to stand up and share anyway. Okay, and I made a big deal out of it, right? I went and told him how great of a job he did, that I'm proud of him, right? And then not only that, I told other people. Okay, let's say we were just huddling around, with 2-3 other people, maybe within the class or outside of the class. I would tell those 2 people, hey, guess what? That guy did such a great job. He was on stage, he shared with confidence, he did so well. I'm so proud of him. You see. Okay, just pay attention to him because he'll continue to grow. I bet you next week he'll be even more confident when he goes up and shares on stage. You see, I made a big deal about it. Or I could have just had an attitude, so what? He goes to the class. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to share. Okay, what's the big deal? That is the problem. We think, what is the big deal? Why do we have to make a big deal about something little like that? But that's how people changed. Like, when I said that, I'm sure, guys, that I zapped him with such confidence and energy that he's thinking, oh, I did the right thing. I should do more of that. Oh, next week, even though I feel a little bit nervous or whatever, I don't care. I'm going to go up and share anyway, right? And guess what? The following week, he comes up and he shares again. Okay, 3 weeks later, he was a completely different person. He had a lot of confidence. He was able to stand up in front of the church, in front of other people in the class. He was not nervous at all. He's a lot more involved with his family, more engaged. He talked to them more. He was more open. He was happier. You tell me, it started with that. But every week though, I zoomed in on certain things that he did. Okay, and I took him from one level to the next. And I bet you if you were to apply this within a week, anyone in your family, you'll see a difference in them, in the way they talk, in their attitude, even in the bond that you have with them. You're gonna feel less tension. That person is gonna feel happier about themselves because at last, right? This is what they're thinking. Somebody notices me. You know, a human being, and this is just a part of being a human, we love to be noticed, right? But I feel like in a healthy manner though, right? And I feel like if people are taking the initiative, they're taking time and they're putting in the effort to want to do better, to change and grow, then why don't we take the initiative, right? To go and acknowledge that, to point that out, to tell them that they are doing a great job. Because when we do that, guys, and how long does it take? What, not even 1 minute? How long does it take? A text take? Say, hey, thank you so much for doing this. You're doing a great job. I'm very proud of you. How long does that take? What, less than a minute? And we won't do it? But we have all the time in the world, right? We have all the energy in the world to go and complain and to yap and to nag that person. And then we go and tell other people, oh, he's not, he's just so lazy. She never does this. He never changes and blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling you all this because, right here, I was the queen of it. Okay, I was so great at complaining, always being so critical, you guys. I wished you could see the old Leo. And that's why I'm so passionate about this topic, because I remember where I was. And it led to me being miserable. I was just very negative. I was harsh with people. I was kind of rude and mean and just the whole nine. But when I started to practice this, right, learning to zoom in, learning to focus on the good in people, not once a week, not once a month, once a year, but on a daily basis with everyone I meet, right? That's when I started to change. My heart changed. My mindset changed. My vibes. People ask me all the time, why are you always so happy? Why do you always have a lot of energy? It's because I decided to put my mind and focus my mind on the right things, the good things, the positive things. And guys, the tendency is we think it would take people years to change. That's true if they always hear negative. Right? If they never hear anything positive, they never hear uplifting things, then it would take them years to change, or they won't change at all. But I don't believe that takes years for people to change. I used to say it takes weeks. I used to say it takes like maybe 2 to 3 months. And then I started saying 2 to 3 weeks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, can I please present to you that I can claim, without a shadow of a doubt, that people can change in their mindset and their behavior and their attitudes and all that stuff within days, 2 to 3 days. I've even seen where it's the next day. I know you're thinking, are you serious? Can that really be true? Yes. Why don't you test it out? Why don't you go try it out? And if it doesn't work, DM me and let me know, Leo, it doesn't work. Because I literally have done this many times. I've even taught my mentees to do it. I've seen, just radical changes, right, in themselves and their family members. So it's been very rewarding, and I believe that you guys can do it. You might feel like, it's too hard. It's like so inconvenient, or, all that stuff. But I'm telling you, the energy that you exert to look for the good things in people and to tell them about it and to appreciate them, it's far less tiring. It's far less frustrating, And it does not even compare to the negative energy that you would need to go the opposite route. Okay, guys, so I believe in you guys. I know you could do it. Let's make things happen. And probably this is something that you need to shift so that you can have just breakthroughs in your life. And I feel like all of us, we have somebody in our lives that we want them to change. We want them to grow. We just want them to do better. We want them to be better, right? We want them to have a better life and all that stuff. But if we can just make changes in this one thing, you will see a radical change. Okay, so I challenge you that. Make a decision to do something, right? Something little for someone this week in reference to what we just talked about. Okay, guys, so anyway, it was fun talking to you. Thank you again for tuning in. And just a reminder, I do have that one-on-one Light It Up guidance session available. Make sure to DM me on Instagram or what's that called? Comment right here and let me know if you need me. Okay, and I will be happy to assist you, to give you more information. And I'm sure that like the 1 hour that we talk, it's going to radically change you. It's going to give you so much motivation. It's like I'm taking a needle and I'm injecting you with head-on confidence, right? And zest and zeal that you're like, oh, man, I have all these problems and I have this issue that I want to address. But because Leo believes in me so much, I can change, I can grow, I can be better. And I'm going to go out there and make things happen. Okay, and one more thing, the next announcement is that I just started really, being more serious about teaching English. So I'm currently accepting students from all over Vietnam. I have a student, here in Da Nang. I got one in Hue. I've got another one in Hanoi. So wherever you are, okay, if you're Vietnamese and you're looking to better your English, you're looking to have more confidence, you're looking to grow your people skills, right? Communication skills and all that stuff. Looking to speak English more clearly. Comment below and let me know, and I'll be glad to help you out. Okay, so anyways, I just want to give you guys this simple tip, and I don't want to get off without saying that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of who you are, and you know what? You might not be where you want to be yet, but I firmly believe that you're not where you used to be. You're okay, and you're on your way to bigger and better things, and I believe in you, and I'm very proud of you. All right, guys, so with that, over and out from Da Nang.